Hi there, thank you for joining me for a video tour of one of the projects I made for my Graphic 45 Design Team Audition. I'm using the beautiful French Country collection, which is new to Graphic 45 and new to my collection. Normally gets more stroking time than this, but it's being put straight to work. And I'm also using the Graphic 45 8-inch matchbook box. Originally, when I started making this project, I thought it would be a memory box where you could keep those mementos that wouldn't actually fit into a scrapbook because they were a little bit too bulky, a little bit too 3D. But thanks to a comment from a friend of mine, Deb, who suggested that these papers would be perfect in a kitchen somewhere, it turned into a memory box of a different kind. Our family has a lot of memories associated with food, as I'm sure that yours does. Meals and dishes that we've enjoyed with friends and family in different places in the world, and that's what my project has turned into, somewhere to store those memories. I spent some considerable time fussy cutting these sunflowers from the sunflower paper that comes in the collection, and I've decoupaged them up and added little micro beads to their centres. I tied on a little word charm that comes from Ideology, and going with the kitchen theme, I've used a lovely gingham ribbon to tie up my box, and I've used a piece of chicken wire in the aperture of the matchbook box. I think you'll agree that it looks a bit like those cupboards that you see that have the gingham curtains behind to store all your crockery in your country kitchen if you're lucky enough to have one. I've used a Tim Holtz small ring binder to attach my album into my matchbook, and again I've decoupaged up another sunflower and a rooster from one of the tags that come in the collection. And this is the whole premise of this book now. So many delicious meals shared with friends and family. So I'm going to use it as a special place to keep those recipes that mean something to me and my family. For instance, this recipe for Chef Talia sausages, the lovely Eleni in Cyprus taught me how to make, and we spent many happy days sharing gorgeous Cypriot food and learning how to cook them with Andreas and Eleni. As you can see, I've got plenty of room to add photos and journaling, and because I've added the pocket in the bottom, it means that I can use those beautiful tags or cards that come with the French Country collection to write my recipes on and to add more photographs. So on this side I've showed another recipe called kleftiko, and it's a meat dish that in Cyprus they cook in these clay ovens. And when we lived in Cyprus, Andreas built us one of these clay ovens because we loved the kleftiko so much in our garden. And as you can see, years on, and after carrying the oven around with us forever in our boxes, we've actually managed, now we've settled in the UK, to build a kleftiko oven of our own in the garden. And I think that I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. Although I've only done one page, I can think of hundreds of memories that we associate with food. We've been lucky enough to share lots of wonderful meals with friends and family all over the world. So as you can see, I've used those beautiful tags that come in the collection to make lots of spaces for me to add more recipes and more memories. And then tucked in behind the album, I've constructed this little memory box. So it all fits inside, all wraps up nicely together, somewhere to store those items that are a little bit too bulky to actually be included in a scrapbook album. And in these top little boxes, I've got things that Deborah lent me to show you so that you could see some of the treasures that you could keep in a box like this that mean something to you and your family. So this is a little toffee hammer and a set of silver sugar tongs that belonged to Deb's grandma, along with these cute cookie cutters. There's a thistle for decorating the top of your shortbread, and how perfect is this for the French Country collection, a little rooster cookie cutter. So big thank you to Deb for lending me these gorgeous items, and you can be sure I'll be giving them back to her to treasure. And I've chosen to fill some little bottles with the herbs and spices that I might use for the recipes that I've got in my album. So for instance, the Chef Talia and the kleftiko of these Cyprus dishes use salt and pepper and bay leaves and cinnamon, and I've chosen to put those into the boxes, and those bay leaves are smelling rather nice in this memory box. As you can see, I've given my new collection of French country papers are a real workout, and they mix and match beautifully together, and I've had great fun using them. I hope you like this project using the Graphic 45 French country paper collection, and that perhaps you might be tempted to make a memory box of your own. Thank you for watching, and wish me luck as I audition for the Graphic 45 design team.